The immediate reaction to the USMNT's failure to qualify for the 2018 World Cup in Russia was unforgiving, clean house. Immediate reactions being what they are, this is a simplification of a complex problem, but also not without a large dose of truth. If house is indeed cleaned, U.S. Soccer President Sunil Gulati, Grand Overseer of the most embarrassing night in U.S. soccer history, will presumably be among the first to go. But whether he goes or not, probably not. We might dwell for a moment on his comments in the aftermath of Tuesday night's match against Trinidad and Tobago, when he raised an important albeit self-serving point, per Sports Illustrated's Grant Wall, so wholesale changes aren't needed if the ball that hits off the post goes in? This specific question, which is designed to make you doubt whether the most powerful man in U.S. soccer should be judged on the performances of the teams it is his job to ensure are ready to perform. This specific question is almost unspeakably dumb. But it hints at an important point, which Gulati, if he were not a moron, may have made instead. Namely, there was a scenario, which very nearly played out last night, in which the U.S. lost to Trinidad and Tobago, and still qualified automatically for the World Cup. There was another scenario, even more likely, in which the U.S. lost to Trinidad and Tobago, and still qualified for the playoff round of World Cup qualifying. In either of those cases, the USMNT would have played exactly the same qualifying campaign as the one they actually did: won 3, drawn 3, lost 4, 12 points, and probably qualified. It's not hard to imagine what the national conversation would have sounded like, had that scenario played out, because we had almost that exact conversation following the 4-0 win against Panama in Orlando last Friday. The conversation went like this: World Cup qualifying is about qualifying for the World Cup, no more, no less. It may not have been pretty, but we got there, and that's what counts. In this much, Gulati is right, or at least he would have been right if he made the point he seemed to be trying to make instead of asking the stupid nonsense question he actually asked. The point is that Tuesday didn't tell us anything about U.S. soccer we didn't already know. If it did, we weren't paying enough attention. Sometimes failure can be useful, a necessary wake-up call. This is especially true when it comes to massive, lumbering organizations such as the USSF, which is run by people whose understanding of the sport they oversee often seems to extend only as far as their own ability to avoid the questions they are asked about it. But what, exactly, is there to wake up to?